stage all by himself for Braden Thornberry.
I know he'd like to finish it off with a birdie. He was under par most of the day, and there's Mom and Dad happy he made the choice to get out of motocross and start playing golf. So Braden Thornberry with the lead, his birdie, and he pours it in style, and there is your 2017 men's individual champion, Braden Thornberry of Ole Miss.
Before Braden Thornberry was ever at the NCAA Championship, he was an active little boy growing up in Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Yeah, didn't do a whole lot. I was kind of, I was into taekwondo and dirt bikes and baseball and, just, regular stuff kids do all over the place. And when I was about, 10 years old, that's kind of when I've got done with dirt bikes. My mom said no more with that kind of stuff. It was too dangerous. And kind of my dad introduced me to golf. Didn't really push me at all, but just, showed me the basics, and I liked it a lot and just kind of went from there.
With his safety ensured, a hobby would evolve into a passion.
Pretty much I've been focused on golf since I started it. I was 12 or 13 before I really, knew that's what I wanted to do, throughout, high school and college and stuff like that.
Leading into middle school and high school, Braden led his golf team as the top player. Through his talent and hard work, he eventually ended up at the 2017 NCAA Men's Golf Championship. For most, coming into the NCAA Championship as the overall leader would be stressful. But for Braden, having his constant sense of composure and calm mentality is just another part of the game.
On a tough golf course like that, it's going to be, there's just such a small difference between, good golf and bad golf. So just kind of got lucky, hit a hot streak, at over 72 holes, it's going to come at one point, and mine just happened, the first 12 holes or so. So, kind of just rode that momentum the rest of the week.
Braden went smoothly through the first 3 rounds, eventually propelling himself to the top as he came into the final round as the overall leader.
A look at Rich Harvest Farm, Sugar Grove, Illinois. An individual champion will be crowned today in the Men's Division I Championships. Who will it be? Scotty Scheffler of Texas started the day with a 2-shot lead, made bogey and then a triple on his first 2 holes of the day. Braden Thornberry of Ole Miss sits atop the leaderboard, 2 shots clear of Matthias Schwab.
A lot of people, kind of, do that look in the rearview mirror and get a little nervous, but I kind of think of it as, if I'm, beating the field by this much to this point, that should give me confidence, that I can do it the rest of the week. So kind of just, take that confidence and just try to ride it out.
Normally, you may get a guy that, masks that, a little bit better than others and tries to act the part, and he was no different at all. Approached it just like any other day, which, makes him pretty special. Braden pipes it down the middle on the first hole, hits a good shot in there, gets settled in. Once we were out there onto the first fairway, it was a lot more sense of normalcy, than everything leading up to it.
Thornberry doesn't waste any time.
I love it.
That's a self-taught swing right there, and effective.
Another good one there by Thornberry. Oh, my.
Yes, sir. That was a solid strike with a lot of speed.
Yep, good shot. Very good shot.
Really well done.
Hey, boy.
You can't go down there and lay it down there any better. Almost hit it into the group in front of him.
That's an excellent play. Oh, my goodness.
That's just how you draw it up right there.
Exactly. And that's the advantage of being aggressive.
13, when I was talking about the par 3, that's where I saw I had, a 2-shot lead or a 1-shot lead maybe. Hit a bad shot, I was right of the green there, and a bad lie, and, didn't hit a very good chip either, to up about 15 feet or so.
Second on the way for Thornberry at 13.
And raced his own back, got away from it. That's not what he was looking for there.
I was able to make that for par, so that was a big momentum putt, kind of keep the lead and not, start, leaking a little bit coming in.
How about that? Braden Thornberry up and down at 13, remains 11 under.
Coming into hole 15, Braden would face one of his more difficult moments of the day, but he continued to keep his calm attitude.
I'd seen people over there, previously in the week, and I hadn't seen a whole lot of good over there, so I wasn't, liking my chances, but got up there and had a somewhat clean lie in the rough, and had to cut it, about 30 or 40 yards.
Out of that to the right. That club face is open. Never got that one square. That is way right. Hard to imagine he'll be over there and have any chance at going at the green. Trees are everywhere.
Even after that shot, I looked at him, seemed in control. We get up there, and he was behind a tree, but he had a shot. So he hit probably one of his best shots of the day. Carved it around the tree, kicked over to the back part of the green, and got it up and down for par.
No, did you get a look at where Braden Thornberry's ball wound up?
I did. Came out pretty clean, and it's cutting.
Oh, unbelievable solid strike there. It's over the back of the green, but from where he was, that's an excellent shot.
It's kind of a shot, I'm kind of good at with, me being more feel is, compared to, the swings and stuff like that. It worked out for me. I was able to cut it up there and make par, and that kind of, boosted me up.
Huge par putt here for Braden Thornberry.
This is one he's got to make, Bob. Wow. That's an amazing pace that he putts at. I don't think he could ever go too fast.
15's where I hit it right, so I kind of was losing momentum a little bit. So that shot we were talking about was, a big momentum saver, being able to pull off a tough shot like that and, go to 16 without making a bogey there.
Nearing the end of what had so far been a successful day, Braden was just 2 holes away from potentially seeing gold.
Our leader, the guy who's trying to win the individual championship, Braden Thornberry, here at 17.
On 17, I played it, pretty much perfect, but it was one of those holes all week that'd been giving people troubles. It was 8s and 7s and 6s on that hole. So, when you're playing with a lead, that's not the type of hole you want to have to play coming in.
Yeah, Kirk, could not be a harder circumstance to hit a thin landing area like this when pushing off the left. And this one's down the right side. He's going to need a good bounce.
Slow down. Okay, it stays out of the primary, so he has a pretty good lie in the first cut of rough.
Luckily, was able to get that one in the fairway and, over the water on the green. So once that one was on the green, I liked my chances.
And Thornberry from 136.
Ready to go.
Sounded a little skinny, but should be dry.
Is it ever? Wow. Right at it. Braden Thornberry, your leader, just attacking the flagstick on his second to last hole. He's a fantastic putter. My gosh, has he made some great putts. And a good par there on the toughest hole on the golf course.
Yeah, my whole career was kind of, setting up for that moment. We were standing on the tee, and I asked Coach, to look at the leaderboard one last time, and he said I had a 4-shot lead. So, I knew that unless something, insane happened, that I had it won.
He gets up there and kind of looked at me, and I knew the question was coming. I started thinking about it on the 17th hole, and he looked at me, he said, "Do you think I can hit driver?" I said, "You better hit driver." So you could see he was relieved.
We'd stayed aggressive all week and might as well do it on the last hole, and I was able to rip it down there right in the little slot, and it worked out perfect for me.
Braden Thornberry of Ole Miss on the tee at 18 with a 4-shot lead, trying to lock up the individual championship.
Looked like he blistered it right down the middle. And he did. That is long. All the way down in the flat. He'll be able to get there in 2 easy. One of the best drives we've seen all day.
I was 195 out, I believe, on my second shot, and I tried to, just hit it up there a little short right to, not bring in any of the trouble and stuff like that.
Now Braden Thornberry, Billy Ray, working quickly in a 4-shot lead, about to do something that you accomplished at the University of Houston, win an individual championship.
Yeah, certainly his life will change after this. And Lanny gets on with it quickly, just like yourself, but this is going to be a time in his life that he's certainly going to have to enjoy. To win that national title as an individual is huge.
I like the way he plays, and he's played very solid. He made every putt he needed to make to get the job done.
With that big of a lead, I couldn't mess it up at that point. So really, it's just trying to make that putt, be a cool feeling ending on, a 6-footer and stuff like that. I'd putted so well all day that, I liked my chances over it, and I felt good.
So Braden Thornberry with the lead, his birdie, and he pours it in style, and there is your 2017 men's individual champion, Braden Thornberry of Ole Miss.
Pretty cool just knowing, the hard work from the whole season, had worked out, and kind of, for it all just to come together at that last week and have, my friends and family there and my entire team supporting that last day. It was kind of, just looking forward to what was next, having to do the interviews and stuff like that, and just knowing it was going to be a pretty cool night.
And our individual champion, with an 11 under 277 from the University of Mississippi, Braden Thornberry.